welcome to episode 12. 12. We're almost teenagers.
I'm a teenager.
I mean, our podcast is almost a teenager.
I'm a teenager.
Okay. Episode 12 of Geeky Girls Knit. Today is Wednesday, November the 14th, 2012.
Woo.
We just saw your shadow do that. We didn't actually see your arm.
Woo.
Thanks for coming to watch. We appreciate all of our returning viewers coming back to watch us again, and we welcome any new viewers we have. And with that, let's get started.
We are going to talk about what's on our needles.
Ta-da! What's on your needles?
Hold on. Fingerless glove, numero uno.
Yeah. Copying me.
I'm not copying you, I just thought the pattern would be a good idea for this yarn.
Okay, so tell them what the pattern is.
It is Susie Rogers Reading Mitts by Susie Rogers.
Go figure.
And I'm doing them on US 5s, 3.75 millimeters.
Yes.
And Pagewood Farms Swagger Light.
It's actually Pagewood Farms United Nation. I think that's funny. Swagger Light.
United Nations Swagger Light in the colorway Army Girl.
Hold it up close so they can see it.
It's kind of camouflage-y with a bit of pink. I like it.
Pretty.
Mm-hmm. So what's on your needles?
Well, what is on my needles is another gift. Hold on.
Go figure.
I don't want to drop this stitch marker. Let me do a stitch so it'll hold it. Okay, this is the Camden Cap by Woolly Wormhead.
That's a fun name.
Okay, so there's the brim. You put a piece of plastic in the brim. Russ cut it for me. It's a piece out of a soda bottle. And now I've gotten the band done, and now I'm working on the body of the hat. And this is on... It's actually on 3 different size needles. It's US 2.5. I can't read this. It's too far away. US 2.5, 3 millimeters, US 5, 3.75 millimeters, and US 6, 4 millimeters. And this is Universal Yarn Classic Worsted Impressions in colorway 4912. And it doesn't have
That's a fun colorway.
I know it doesn't have a fun name. It's just pink, red, and yellow.
And a bit of like burgundy.
I know, but like when I looked it up online on their website, it just said pink, red, and yellow was the name of it.
They need better people to name their yarns.
I know. Yarn people.
I'll do it if I get paid.
Yarn people, we like when you have fun names for your yarn.
Like Cascade does. Cascade has nice names. Like Grape Jelly.
Yes. And who else has nice names? Kramer Yarns usually has nice names.
Pagewood Farms United Nations.
Yes. Vice Yarns.
Yes, those are
They
awesome.
have awesome names. Like...
Amazingly Amy.
And...
A zombie ate Jordan's brains.
That's a fun one.
Neptune's love affair.
Plain Jane.
Yeah. I like that one. It's very neon-y.
Yes. Anything else on your needles?
Nope.
Me neither. Well, I mean, there is stuff on needles, but it's all hibernating. Because it is important to get birthday and Christmas presents done on time. So, we knit those. You're not knitting those. You're knitting something for you. I'm knitting birthday and Christmas presents. Yep.
I might knit birthday and Christmas presents next year.
That could be fun.
I will try.
You could make me something like the BFF cowl. We could knit it together.
But then how is that for you?
Because you would get part of it and I would get part of it. And since our birthdays are only 9 days apart, it could be birthday presents to each other. When we trade our little halves.
Halves.
That's what I said.
I said halves.
Same difference.
I will correct your grammar.
Thank you, Grammar Police. All right, so that's what's on our needles. Let's go to the next segment. All right, now it's time to talk about finished projects, finished objects, finished things. I think we say finished projects.
Yes.
But on here I wrote finished objects. That's why I got
They
confused.
both end in Jax.
Yes, they do. So, I actually had a very, very, very productive knitting week and actually finished 3 projects.
I did not.
You finished a project, though.
1.
One of the projects I don't have because I've already gifted it. It was called Sylvia Eyelet Cowl, and I posted it in the Ravelry group on the finished objects thread, and it's also on my Ravelry project pages. I'll link it in the show notes in case you want to see it. It was a quick little cowl. It took like one night to do, and I gave it away for someone's birthday, and she liked it. So, something else that I finished is this.
It's a Rubik's Cube.
It's not a Rubik's Cube.
Well, it's not a ball.
It's a ball.
It's shaped like a cube.
It's like a ball. It's a ball. It's this was a free pattern on Ravelry. It's called some name in some language that I don't know how to
Japanese?
say. No, I don't think it's Japanese. But the English name of it is Braided Ball. And it's by Marlene Hartog. And I did this on US 5's 3.75 millimeters. And I am not going to tell y'all all the yarn I used because I used leftovers from a bunch of different projects, from 6 different projects. So what you do for this is you knit 6 strips that are, mine, I had a few different weights of yarn, so I had to adjust some, but they were about 20 to 25 stitches in width, and then about 68 to 72-ish rows long in stockinette. And then you sew them together and braid them together to make this little ball. And this is a birthday gift.
For a baby.
For a baby. I guess I can say it because he's not going to know. For my nephew Wyatt, he'll be 1 10 days before Christmas. So this is part of his birthday present. And it's fun to play with. I may need to make another one because we keep throwing it at each other.
Yes, it's very nice to throw at people.
Because it's soft and squishy.
But you can also do damage with it.
Yeah. Don't throw it at somebody's face.
We don't like throwing things at people.
Okay, another finished project this week is...
Pretty!
Dun dun dun! My second striations shawl.
Don't bump it on the microphone.
I'll do my best.
Whoa, hello.
So... and this was done on US 8's 5mm in Universal Yarn Classic shades in Silver Clouds. That's the gray.
I thought that was Storm Clouds.
Oh, Storm Clouds, I mean. What did I say?
Silver Clouds.
It's got a silver color in it. And the blues is also Universal Yarn, but it's Classic Worsted Impressions. It's either called Pacific or Civil War. Not sure. It's discontinued. This is also a gift. I'm not going to tell you for who. But also in news about this pattern is the pattern went live yesterday. So it is available for purchase on Ravelry. And just for our lovely Geeky Girls Knit viewers, I have put out a coupon code for $1 off through November the 30th. And to get that, you need to enter the coupon code GGK1112. Capital letters GGK, Geeky Girls Knit, and then the number's 1112, November 2012. That's what I was going for. So I would love it if anybody wants to purchase it and knit it up and get some more projects out there on Ravelry from it. It's a fairly easy knit. I did do the cast on is a garter tab cast on, and there are written and picture instructions in the pattern for that. And the bind off is a picot bind off, and there are written and picture instructions for that. So in case you have never done those two techniques before, it would be a good way to learn some new things. I'm really proud of my pattern. And so I would love if y'all would check it out. Favorite it, cue it, buy it, knit it, and save $1 through November the 30th, 2012. I'll also put the code in our show notes, and it's already in our Ravelry groups, so in case you forget. So that's what I finished. What'd you finish?
Socks.
Yay!
Here's one of them.
Sorry, we don't have any sock blockers to put them on to show you.
There's the other one.
Beautimus.
Rainbow.
That's Bravo Jacquard color
Rainbow
yarn in the colorway Rainbow. And this was the 2 at a time toe-up sock pattern from our local yarn shop, Yarnies. And you did them on US 4s, 3.5 millimeters.
Yep.
So tell us, now that you've finished a pair of socks, what do you think?
It took me 2.5 goes.
Explain.
I didn't get them right the first time. Well, actually, it took me 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 goes. I didn't get them right the first time. They were too big. Then I started them again, and I messed up on the heel, so I had to so I took the stitches off and ripped back to where I finished the heel, then picked all those stitches back up, and then started knitting again.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what you mean. Are they comfy?
Yes. I wore them all around the house yesterday and the day before.
And you learned how to do a sewn bind off.
Yes.
And it's stretchy. Lots of new techniques.
Yep.
Will you make another pair?
Yes.
Are you obsessed with socks now like I am?
No.
I am like just desperate to work on some socks, but I've got to get all these presents done first. I have a whole list. But I'm thinking if I finish in time, I should be able to knit socks during Christmas. And that would be fun. So, yep. That's what we finished this week. We were very productive.
Well, she was. I just finished one project.
Hey, you finished something. That counts.
You finished 3 in a week.
Well, but 2 of them were really simple, easy things.
You stabbed yourself with a needle.
I did stab myself with a needle when I was sewing the ball closed. It was not pretty at all. All right. Ready to move on?
Yes.
Let's move on. And now it's time for that part of the show that we call Yummies. Yummy. So this is our current favorite things we love, things that have made us happy this week. So, why don't you go first?
Okay, the first thing is my Sherlock shimijis.
Your Huwababas?
My Sherlock shimijis.
Please explain.
Shimijis are little characters that walk around your computer, and they do things.
So kind of like the little animated things from Microsoft Office that help you?
Like the paperclip?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't help you. They just sit and do stuff. They're helpful for being a distraction. They help be a distraction.
Are you sure that Sherlock and John are not helping you with your algebra homework?
Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I have a little tiny Sherlock and a little tiny John. And they're adorable. And they climb up the sides of your computer. And then they climb up on top of your computer.
And they clone themselves.
Yes, I once accidentally left John by himself, and when I came back, there were like 25 of him.
That's what you get for leaving them on their own.
And
so,
they sit and drink tea and go on their laptop. They're adorable.
So, and these are free little programs for Windows computers.
I think there's a Sherlock one for Mac, but that's it.
Okay, so we'll link to it in the show notes in case you want Sherlock and John to walk around your computer.
And Lestrade and Mycroft and Moriarty.
Does Moriarty dance like staying alive?
No. No. No.
That would be really funny.
But he does have a phone and he texts stuff. That's it.
It would be more funny if he did disco, like his ringtone.
Moriarty, your ringtone sucks.
It keeps getting caught stuck in our heads, and we end up singing it.
And then I end up quoting the rooftop scene from Reichenbach.
Yes. So what else is yummy this week?
My yarn that I already talked about, but it's still pretty.
It's squishy.
Yes. Hold on. I'll tell you what it's made of.
Do 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 do. Oh look, Damaris is back.
Maybe.
You have the label?
Maybe I'll tell you what it's made of.
I'm guessing wool.
Well, it's not all wool.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
I was wrong. It's 100% merino wool. Ta-da.
Okay.
I was wrong.
Okay, so when I was working on the show notes a while ago, I went to your project page to write down the information about it for our little notes here that we talk from.
Yes.
Please tell the audience what you named this project, your fingerless gloves made of Army Girl colorway.
No.
Tell them, because I'm going to put it in the show notes.
I don't want to say it.
Say it, it's funny.
No, it's not funny.
It's cute.
Joan H. Watson, Army Woman.
I think it's cute.
In case you're wondering why it's Joan instead of John, it's because 1, this is called Army Girl, and 2, because of Femlock, or gender-swapped Sherlock, in which John is Joan. Yes.
In elementary, there's Joan.
Yes, but she wasn't a soldier.
Unless they just haven't told us that yet.
I think they would have told us that already.
You never know.
Like in the first episode.
You never know.
She was a doctor.
Well, maybe, she hasn't told us everything about herself, so maybe we don't know. Anything else yummy?
Sour Patch Kids. I want a Toblerone. I've never had Toblerones, but I want one.
I can't believe you haven't said about where we went this week.
We went to Narnia.
We did not go to Narnia. Where did we go?
We went to the British shop here in Abilene, in Place, Texas.
It's okay, Abilene's fine.
In Abilene.
It was fun.
Yes, they had chocolate frogs and Bertie Bott's every flavor beans, and they
from Harry Potter.
Yes.
They had kilts.
Yes.
They had lots of police boxes, but they were red.
Yes, those are the modern day ones.
And they had lots of teapots and teacups, and lots of food items, British food items.
But no Toblerones. Well, I don't know. Are Toblerones British? I don't know.
I don't know
because
either.
they have them here in America. I just want a Toblerone, and I've never had one.
Maybe you should ask Santa to put a Toblerone in your stocking.
Now I'm thinking of Doctor Who.
Because I said Santa?
Yes, because in the 11th hour, little Amy's like, "Dear Santa, thank you for the dolls and the clothes and the pencils."
Aww.
And yeah, she's like praying to Santa. It's adorable.
Oh.
And she says, "There's a crack in my wall, so could you send someone to fix it, like a fireman or..." And then the TARDIS crashes outside her house, and she was about to say policeman, and a police box is crashed outside her house, and it's adorable.
All right, you have anything else yummy you want to talk about?
No.
Okay, so let me tell you my yummies for this week. Hallmark Channel Christmas movies. Yes, they're cheesy. Yes, they're predictable. Yes, you know what's going to happen. But I still love them.
I occasionally watch them and like them. Like, there's one with Jules. Like, there's going to be one with Jewel State in it. She was Kaylee in Firefly, and I will like that one, and I don't even know what it's called.
I don't remember either. It's on. I've got it on the calendar for when it comes on. She was also in Stargate.
Mm-hmm. She was? What?
Wasn't she in Stargate Universe?
Jewel State?
I thought she was. We will have to investigate. IMDb. So I really, really, really love Hallmark Channel. I like pretty much any Hallmark Channel movie, but I really love the Christmas movies. Jewel State, here she is. Yes, she was Atlantis, Stargate Atlantis. She played
someone.
Let's see, I can't remember her character's name. Dr. Jennifer Keller. Now you know. And the Christmas movie she's going to be in, it might be that one. Nope, that's not it. I'm not sure.
She was in an episode of Supernatural as Amy Pond. That's
interesting.
That's an alias.
Huh.
I just know because of the internet, and that's kind of why I want to watch Supernatural, because they have all these actors that I know. But she doesn't want to watch it because it's scary. But I don't care that it's scary. I just want to watch it.
It's scary. I don't want to watch it.
I'll watch it by myself.
No. Okay, my next yummies. I am kind of obsessed with gray nail polish right now. So I've been using this one for a while. This is an Essie nail polish called Chinchilli.
It's gray.
It's gray. And then this week I was like wanting to buy a burgundy color, and so we found this one. It's also Essie. It's called Mink Muffs. It's what I have on my nails right now, but they're chipping. And it turns out it's actually more of kind of a grayish, purplish burgundy. But I like it. So, gray nail polish. My other yummy this week? Pink pins. So I got this thing. I'm trying to remember which one of the websites I do like surveys on and stuff sent me a thing, and this company Poppin does office supplies, but they do them in like different colors, so that you could have like a pink office or a blue office or a yellow office or a pink office or a pink office. And they sent me 12 free pink pens, and I love them, and they're mine, and you can't use it.
I don't want to use them.
I won't let her, because they're mine. My precious. Pink pens. They rock. Yummy.
Okay.
Yummy?
Yes, okay.
Say it.
It.
Say yummy.
Yummy.
Yummy!
Now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching. I was reading through The Looking Glass, but then I finished it today.
Yay. So what are you going to read next?
Peter Pan, Robin Hood,
Anne of Green Gables?
maybe Sherlock,
We'll have to find you
Dr.
something.
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I have a whole list of books.
Yeah. You need to read this one too. So this is one I'm fixing to read. Sun by Lois Lowry. And it is the 4th book in the Giver quartet. That's what it says on the back. So earlier this year, Damaris and I read The Giver and Gathering Blue and Messenger. And I didn't even know there was a 4th book in the series. But apparently there is. So I'm about to read it. Sun. Lois Lowry. Good times, along with the 12 zillion other things I'm reading. I read a lot. Alright, TV. I'm trying to get the sticky note here. Okay. Let's start with Arrow. So Oliver got out of his arrest.
I saw that.
But Laurel suspects that he's Green Arrow. She doesn't, I don't think she,
Laurel.
the ex-girlfriend,
Oh, yeah.
the sister of the girl that died on the ship. So Oliver's new stepdad confronted his mom about the shipwreck that she salvaged that Oliver and his dad were on. And I think she's bad. I just really do. I think his mom is involved in some stuff that she should not be involved in, and it's in fact impacting the whole family. So my big question from the episode was, who are all these people on the island? How did they get there? Why are they fighting each other? Did they get off the island when Oliver did?
Maybe they died.
They might have. So I have more questions than I have answers this week. Arrow. It's on tonight. We'll watch it. Person of Interest. This was pretty much a standalone episode this week, except for the glimpses into Harold's past. And I meant to look it up and I forgot to do it. I'm wondering if in the flashbacks, the woman he kept seeing, like I guess kind of like the park, wherever it was, that she was the painter. I'm wondering if that was his fiance that they did a storyline about last season, and she died, I think, or something. I can't remember.
Everybody dies. That's the rule in television. Everybody dies.
That's kind of depressing.
Yeah. Tell that to Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss.
So I'm wondering if that was his fiance, and that's how he met her, is because the computer program kept throwing out her name, her number. And then it cracked me up, the Zoe and John relationship, as they had to play a married couple. They're so cute together. They should get married. And live happily ever after.
Another rule of television. Everyone should get married.
Okay. That was random.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, elementary. This would have been a good trivia question. But alas, we have a different one. The man who played Sherlock's friend Alistair, who Sherlock hired to pretend he was his dad, was Robin Colcord from Cheers. He also was in Warehouse 13. But
For a few episodes.
But Robin Colcord from Cheers that Rebecca fell in love with.
But then he got sent to prison.
Yes, because did he embezzle some money or something?
I think so.
Anyway.
He did something bad.
That kind of cracked me up. I liked him. You want to tell what happened at the end of the episode?
Irene Adler. Basically, Irene Adler.
And it looks like this episode tomorrow night is going to be a lot more about her.
Awesome.
And some letters from her.
That he puts in the blender.
Yes. So, you were saying a while ago some questions or some ideas you thought about it. About Irene.
Well, I'm wondering who she's going to be. I'm wondering, is she going to be American? Because in the canon, she was American. But then in BBC Sherlock, they made her English. And not at all what she was in the canon.
She was the woman.
Yes. That's just how we refer to her, the woman.
The woman. So when...
In the canon, I think Irene was an adventurer or something.
We watched...
R.D.J. Holmes.
Yeah, the second movie this week, too.
I don't remember watching the first movie. I need to find it.
A Game of Shadows.
A Game of Shadows.
That's the one we watched this week. And she was in the beginning of it.
But then she died.
Yes, that was kind of sad.
Yeah. Oh, wait, can I tell you something awesome?
Yes, please do.
Right quick. Okay. Earlier this year, when the Believe in Sherlock movement was, like, really big, after all the episodes of the second series of Sherlock had aired, people were, like, putting up posters up everywhere and stuff. Well, my favorite piece of graffiti, whatever it was they did, was it was a huge poster for Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows, but they had spray painted out a game of Shadows and put "I believe in Sherlock Holmes."
Cool.
Yes, that is my favorite thing that they have done. But this was like in January that they did that.
I'm ready for Series 3.
Yes, but they don't start filming to January because they want to torture us. And then it doesn't air until like summer or autumn.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
Alright. Fringe. So, we see Olivia and Peter connecting as they talk about Etta's death. We get a reference again to Donald. He was the one from the mine episode a few weeks ago that the observers captured. We saw the like film, a newspaper, something about it. But now they're referencing Donald again, and so we're like not sure who he is, where he is, what's his connection in all this. Did he escape from the observers? Did he go back into the pocket universe and get the little kid because he wasn't there when they got into the pocket universe now?
What?
Walter originally took the little boy into the pocket universe and locked him for safety into the room. And so when they went back in to get him, he wasn't there. All that was left was a radio stuck on a certain frequency, but nothing was airing. Yet. I am paranoid, scared,
Worried about
Peter, and that he might be turning into an observer. Is that how observers are created? Is that little chip in the back of the neck?
How do they get bald?
Maybe it's something to do with the chip.
And why must they wear fedoras?
It's a fashion statement. Because he now can see...
blue.
He sees in blue now, like all the... It's almost like computer, infrared, something or other kind of look. But he also is able to flash into different places really fast like the observers do. That's scary. Walter.
Likes porcupines.
Poor Walter. He's scared that he's turning back into who he was before Fringe started. When he was in the insane asylum.
He likes porcupines.
And Peter tells him that they need him, that he's the key to beating the observers. Which he is. So hopefully Walter will be okay. I'm worried about him too. I'm worried about all of them because of what happened. Okay, once upon a time, in a land far, far away, Henry and Aurora are having the same nightmares. We talked about that last week.
Yes.
But this week, in the episode, Henry burned his hand in the nightmare. And then towards the end of the episode, he's able to talk to Aurora because we find out that the nightmares are a result of the curse, and Aurora and Henry have the same commonality of having been put under a sleep spell, and so this is leftover magic from the curse. But he takes a liquid from gold, and he's able to control things during the nightmare. And then he talks to Aurora. And then at the end, we see Aurora telling Mary Margaret and Emma that she talked to Henry. So I think that's going to be part of the key to how they get Mary Margaret and Emma back to Storybrooke. Or how they get everybody in Storybrooke back to
Fairy Tale Land.
Fairy Tale Land.
What do we call that?
I don't know. Fairy Tale Land works. King George, evil man.
At first she thought his name was Philip, and I'm like, no.
I got confused.
Philip is Aurora's prince.
I'm bad with names. Y'all know that by now.
Where is Philip?
Philip is dead.
What?
Or he might be under a sleep spell. That happened a few episodes ago.
Everyone's dead.
So King George, who is played by the same guy that played Whitmore in Lost.
That
guy. He's evil. He killed Gus from Cinderella.
She was sad.
Poor Gus. And he blamed Red for it. He tried to frame Red. And then there was a scene in the episode where the people of Storybrooke are standing outside the library with torches and pitchforks, and it totally reminded me of Beauty and the Beast when the village people are going after
the Beast.
The Beast, not the village people, YMCA ones. The people in the village.
Now I'm thinking of Shrek.
YMCA. And then, King George, not only did he kill Gus and blame Red for it,
he did something else bad.
He burned the Mad Hatter's hat. How dare he? And we could talk for hours about this because we have not even touched Red's backstory about being a wolf and meeting her mother. And her mother dying. There was a lot in Once Upon a Time this week. Okay, Revolution. We meet Nora's sister Mia, Mia is bad. She's a traitor. But we get some of Nora's backstory in
Everyone's a traitor.
in the flashback. The Strausser guy, he is crazy scary. He's like a psychopath.
He's not even a high-functioning sociopath. He's
No.
just a psychopath.
So Mia stole the pendant from Aaron and gave it to Strausser, and Strausser took it to Monroe. So Monroe now has a pendant that he gave to Rachel, who's building something
Power plant.
that looks like a miniaturized version of the power plant that we see at the end of the episode.
It's a generator.
Yeah, it's a generator thing that Grace and Randall are in, and they're able to track the pendants. That was kind of cool.
Because they have electricity. What?
So they kind of have like some kind of GPS on the pendants, so they're able to track them.
What?
Didn't you see that?
Yes,
the screen?
I did. I'm going, what?
Oh, I thought you meant like, what? I didn't see that. And let's see, what else did I write down? Oh, Jason, which is... What did he tell them his name was? Nate. Got in trouble with Monroe, and they were going to ship him off to California, but then his parents told this information to Monroe about another person, and the son was a rebel. Gosh, it was crazy. This episode was jam-packed, too. We had a lot of jam-packed episodes of stuff this week.
Wow, we're going really long.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a long episode, so sorry. Okay, NCIS. Damaris and I just finished watching this a little while ago. The picture of Tony,
lol,
was hysterical. That was
Was
so
that
funny.
actually a picture of him?
That was actually a picture of him.
Awesome.
So, we totally loved the line about riding a dinosaur on the freeway.
Why would you ride a dinosaur on the freeway? You would ride one on a spaceship, but not a freeway.
Doctor Who reference. That was funny. So I was totally touched by the Ziva and Tony scene where Tony shows Ziva the picture of his mom, and they talk about that his mom was the one that got him started watching movies, and how she was the first woman that ever left him because she died. They had like a really intimate discussion that I thought was really interesting. What are you doing?
Frowny face.
Oh, it's like you're pointing into midair. I don't think I wrote anything else down about that. This is a two-parter episode, so the next episode will be on the other half of it will be on next week, and it's going to focus some more on Gibbs and the soldier who
Westcott.
has
PTSD.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how they address that. So that's what we watched this week. It was a lot. Trivia time. Trivia. I forgot to sing it. Trivia.
You don't have to sing everything.
I like to sing. Okay, so we did not have a trivia winner this week. No one got the question. So the question was, in Stargate SG-1, Richard Dean Anderson played Jack O'Neill to Don S. Davis's George Hammond, but they have an earlier TV connection. What is it? The show that they had the connection on was MacGyver, in which Richard Dean Anderson played MacGyver, obviously.
Angus MacGyver.
Yes. Don S. Davis had actually 3 roles in MacGyver. He did 2 guest spots, one as a cement truck driver, I guess that did not have a name. He also played a character called Wyatt Porter, but his primary role on MacGyver was as Dana Eklar, who played Pete Thornton, his stunt double. And then years later, Richard and Don, George is his character's name. Don were played together in Stargate SG-1. Alright, we're going to change things up with trivia. and have an actual prize. Bum, bum, bum. We're not going to tell you what the prize is, though. So here's the plan. For the next 6 weeks, starting with today, we will give you a trivia question. If you know the answer, you need to either email the answer to us at geekygirlsknit@thealmonds.com. I'll put a link to the email address in the show notes and in the Ravelry group. Or you can private message it to me on Ravelry to Java Pearl. I don't even know if we said that what our names was in the intro this time. We started talking. Java Pearl.
Damaris dash a bit weird.
Yes, that's us. So either email it to us or PM it to me on Ravelry, your answer. We will keep track of who gets the correct answers, and that will give you one entry into the drawing. And then on Wednesday, December 26th, we will draw a winner, depending on how many entries we have, potentially winners, who will get a prize. So if you know the answer to the question, send it to us, and a correct answer will give you an entry. If we don't respond back to you via email or private message when you send it, give us like 24 hours or whatever, but if we don't respond, send it again, because you know how technology is sometimes, and we don't want anybody to miss entering that wants to enter. The deadline to enter will be each week on Wednesday at noon Central Time, because we record usually right after that. So if you know the answer, you need to send it to us before next Wednesday. Here's this week's question.
Quote.
Name that movie.
You're the weak one, and you'll never know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for you. So, what movie is that from? And who is saying it to whom?
To whom? So say it again.
You are the weak one, and you'll never know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for you.
So if you know what movie that quote is from, and who said it to whom, send us an email or a PM on Ravelry, and we'll get you entered into the giveaway. And that's a wrap for episode 12 of Geeky Girls Knit. We are also going to do one other giveaway. When we have 100 members in our Ravelry group, we will do a drawing for a prize. By being a member of the group, that will be your entry. So we're sitting somewhere in the 60s right now. So if you have not joined the Ravelry group, please come do that. And that will give you an entry to another prize drawing that we'll be doing. I think that's about it. Our show notes are available at geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com, and there's links to everything else of where to find us on that site. Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, YouTube, everything. So geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com. We thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. Happy knitting!